Hey, John Huskey, what's going on?
Oh, just enjoying a beautiful day, getting ready for Personal Mastery, Billings, Montana, this weekend, March 7th through the 9th. And so, who I've got on, this is Bill Schultz. Bill, tell me about your journey with Personal Mastery. When did you first start? And what did you get out of the first Personal Mastery that you went to?
Well, John, before we start, I want to ask you where is this personal mastery going to take place?
Okay, so it's going to be here in Billings, Montana. It's downtown at the Doubletree Inn. So it's really close, really centrally located downtown.
Okay, all
It
right,
starts Friday at 6 p.m. and goes through Sunday. So really accessible. There's still time to get in. There's still time to get signed up, and it's going to be an amazing weekend.
that sounds fantastic. So the initial check-in is like at 5 o'clock then, and then it starts
It
at.
is.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you, John, for having me today. You've been a great leader for Klemmer and Associates here in Billings. And Don and I joined a health products company in 2012 because we felt that America's healthcare industry was failing us and that people needed to focus more on prevention. And what I discovered that I needed to learn more about personal development and leadership so that people would follow me. And I just changed my background. This is a hospital that I'm actually an ambassador for, and where Don and I go for our healthcare. And so healthcare has been a real strong program for Don and I. Excuse me.
Well, you see, obviously in the U.S., there's a huge swing, and I saw the president's deal last night with RFK about health and the importance of health. So I totally get it, and I think America's starting to get that as well.
Absolutely. I've been Maha since 2002. And I look pretty good for being a senior citizen, but Don won't let me say I'm old.
Yeah, I mean, what, 32, 33?
Yeah, 67.
And you look great. Well,
Thank
and
you.
that's because of your good health.
I've been blessed.
So tell me about what your experience about Personal Mastery Weekend was when you first went to it.
Well, basically what I learned about myself, well, John, I learned how to look people in the eye again, after a business failure that had devastated me, and that my past didn't equal my future. I'd had many business successes. However, I focused more on my failures than my successes. And I mentioned leadership. Well, after personal mastery, I was able to attend a week-long class called Advanced Leadership Seminar with Klemmer and Associates. And it was there that I learned to become a leader in a class of 50 or more Fortune 500 executives and marketing professionals.
So then that launched you into what you are today. So tell me about yourself as far as business wise, what you're doing now, because obviously you had a failure. Now you've moved into something else. Tell me about that.
Well, there's so many things that I've learned, like learning that our words are powerful and building relationships by speaking life into people. That's made a huge difference, especially with my family members. And my first class was in 2007. And then there were some additional classes that I had taken. And I thought I was in pretty good shape after the advanced leadership class, but there were more classes offered. So I put them off until my granddaughter joined us in personal mastery. And that was in 2007 because she had learned to appreciate Dawn and me as mentors and decided her mindset would love a reset. So together with Dawn, my wife, she attended all the trainings offered in just a little over a year. And I joined them in several advanced trainings offered from Klemmer. It has a huge benefit with Klemmer in that your journey continues for life. And if you choose to stay in work once you've completed all the classes, you're invited to attend them again at little or no cost except for your travel and lodging. You can even help staff the training, and you can learn more about yourself in that process and how to serve others.
So, at this pivotal time in your life where you had a big business failure, uh, what do you think the role that personal mastery and Klemmer has had in your journey? Was it a significant role, and what did you gain out of that that equipped you to go forward?
Well, John, I could answer that question for 1 to 2 hours, but in a nutshell, our society is in trouble, due to a lack of knowledge. And in a minute, I'd like to read you a short statement from a book called If How-Tos Were Enough, We Would All Be Skinny, Rich, and Happy by Brian Klemmer, to back that up for me. I've rediscovered my faith in a higher power, and that power has manifested itself in me many times because that we attended leadership gatherings where Dawn and I were selected out of hundreds and thousands in our company to attend intimate business meetings with a small number attending. And the COO shared that if our company were to go to war, we would be chosen to fight it. And that was a humbling experience for a billion-dollar company operating in over 24 countries to share with us. And then even last year, that same company invited us to Vegas to speak on stage to business leaders from the Americas and Europe on how to deal with rejection in business when marketing health products. I remember years ago not being able to speak in public, fearful that people would judge me. And because of that fear, I would rob myself of valuable lessons that I'd learned. Even just sharing my name and where I was from in a small group, it made me nervous. And to go from there to speak to a large audience and then feel comfortable and even enjoying that experience was a testament to my Klemmer journey. The Klemmer and Associates CEOs, facilitators, trainers, staff, and graduates, they're really my second family. And I have a special bond with many of them, and they're there to support me. John, imagine being able to call a CEO in the world's most prestigious personal development company and know that they will make time for me. Imagine having access to the world's most successful groups of entrepreneurs in a call or a text. So Dawn and I have a stone business. Change my little background. It's one of my projects here. I like to have fun when I'm doing stuff like this. So Dawn and I have a stone business where we are one of the premier stone retaining wall installers locally, and having built some of the largest ones to date. Some of these rocks are over 4 foot tall, weighing upwards of 6 tons each. And recently we added a new rock quarry situated on a little over 400 acres. And my journey to succeed now is more challenging than ever. And I'd like to thank my vendors and customers for sticking with me, as plans sometimes need to be reworked because of delays in sales income, employee shortages, and so on and so forth. And the skills that Klemmer Training has afforded me today are one of my most valuable asset, and I wouldn't trade that for comfort and or an easy lifestyle. So now I look forward to mentoring more men and women in our construction trades, marketing careers, and family relations, and finding their faith and learning how to overcome their fear that holds them captive. Many are unhappy and complain about how awful their last job was because the company culture was rude and hostile and even abusive, where they dreaded even going to work and didn't last long even when there was high pay offered. And it didn't even matter as much as being respected and appreciated. A healthy company culture begins at the top. And I encourage business owners to bring their employees to attend our Klemmer workshops, where people can learn to look forward to coming to work, making the days more enjoyable and profitable. And your affordable investment qualifies for tax savings, and understanding one another has made a massive difference in my business. Knowledge is power, but only when applied, and experiential learning in a safe and exciting environment offered by Klemmer and Associates will not disappoint. I would just encourage everyone to share, come share with John and me what's going on in 2025 and beyond. Would you like it to be bigger, better, or different? And you can leave us a personal message here. And as promised, here's the book reading that I had mentioned earlier. And this is from the book, If How-Tos Were Enough, We'd All Be Skinny, Rich, and Happy. And this really spoke to my heart. And I hope that you guys can relate. So the need for leadership in the United States. 1 in 2 children live in a single parent family, at some point in their childhood. 1 in 3 5 to 7-year-olds are behind a year or more in school. 1 in 4 is born to a mother who did not graduate from high school. 1 in 7 have no health insurance. 1 in 8 drop out of school. 1 in 9 are born into a family living at less than half the poverty level. And 1 in 12 have a disability. 1 in 25 report being abused or neglected in any given year. 1 in 120 die before their first birthday. 1 in 610 will be killed by a gun before their 20th birthday. 1 in 5 live in a family that receives food stamps. 1 in 3 are born to an unmarried parent. The need for leadership in the world. 50% of the people in the world do not have clean sanitation water. 20% do not have adequate shelter. 33% go to bed hungry every night. 3% die of hunger every year. 70% are unable to read, and only 1% are college educated. So it doesn't have to be this way. You know, the need for mastery is important and it's urgent. As you fulfill your own dreams, you can make a difference in the world around you. When you become a master of life, you have the power to affect the lives of others in unimaginable ways. So my question for our audience here is, will you do it? Will you make a commitment to get your life in shape? The eagle in you is calling. Your dreams are calling. And John, I'd like to start that exciting journey with you right now this weekend.
Personal Mastery, Billings, Montana, March 7th through the 9th. We want you there.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you, Bill, so much for your time. And we'll see you this weekend.
Look forward to it, John. Take care.
All right. Okay, bye.